Too much to write all that and think of something interesting for each and every one of them. What was I gonna say?
We're going to peak anime, something that's actually good.
Yeah. Now you're gonna make them mad because they be comparing
I don't care.
Jujutsu and Bleach.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't really understand the comparison between Bleach and Jujutsu.
Apparently, I was talking to James. He was like the creator of JJK got a lot of inspiration from Bleach, like domain expansions and secret techniques or bankais and what's the other shikais?
Yeah.
He was like he got that inspiration from that because like the shikai is like the earlier version, and then you had a bankai, which is like your grand move. So secret technique and then domain expansion. But I think this does it way cooler. Bankais are okay, but it's like I don't know. And everybody can't have a bankai.
So many of them.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah. And everybody can't do domain expansion though. Like only like top special grade or whatever it is like sorcerers can do
like 3 domain expansions.
Yeah.
4 actually.
And they're all from the strongest people that we know of.
Yeah, like 4.5 counting Megumi's broken one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one thing about Bleach. Oh yeah, that was another thing that took away from the seriousness. It's just everyone keep coming back to life or like not really dying.
Yeah, no one's really dead. People come back to life, and then throwing in jokes, cutting out the tension. Like it'll be super serious, and then they just add a joke in, and it's like, all right, well, there goes the moment.
Like the only people I can think of off the top of my head that actually died was the luchador that Renji fought, and then the Fear F guy that Rukia fought.
That's really it. All the other ones came back to life. And then the people that did the other Quincy's that died didn't really matter anyway. They were just there, like the old man with the guns.
I guess the 2
the fat guy
because they lost.
Yeah, but they killed each other. Some of them was like killing each other too, which was another weird thing. Like this army isn't even I don't know. That I don't think that was a good thing to do. To have like this group of people who are in like fighting amongst themselves. Like what? I don't know. We can go to we can go to the next thing. We don't gotta keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over. Season. So yeah, how'd you like the past couple episodes of Kaisen?
It was good. Didn't we talk about the last one? Did we talk about the last one?
Nah, we didn't talk about them.
We didn't talk about 2 episodes? We missed 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he yelled out, like, hey, okay. So if we start from where we left off, what's his name? I can say his name because we know it's not really ghetto. Kenjaku was basically explaining to them, like, hey, we sealed Gojo, and they were trying to say, all right, let's go get, Sukuna's vessel or whatever and kill him or take him in. And he was like, yeah, you guys gotta do whatever. I'm gonna stay here because I gotta watch this cube to make sure nothing happens or something like that. And then Mahito knew he was lying. He could tell he was lying, but he was just like, all right, whatever. He didn't really say much, but the other 2, they believed him. And then they were like, all right, we're gonna go try to kill Mahito and the other blood sacrifice. What is it called? The blood dude, the baby, right?
His name Chozo. It's like a death painting womb.
Yeah, death painting womb. Was like, all right, yeah, I'll go with you. Let's try to kill Itadori. And then the other dude, the volcano head, who's like, no, we can't kill him because we need to get Sukuna here and give him all his fingers so he can come back. But which I kind of don't understand because that was like the fake ghetto was like that was just like the backup plan if this didn't work. So
yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I think he also mentioned like Sukuna probably won't even care about what we're doing. Which, like he's the god of curses. He probably doesn't even like curses. He just wants to rule the world and be the strongest. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't care about curse. And their whole thing is like curses want to live like regular people. Which is like, I guess, not a bad reason to take over the world.
I kind of see it like a iRobot, like robot
it could
takeover.
have been like they could have done a thing kind of like Chainsaw Man. You know how you got devils, but you have devils that also are just, if they're tame enough, like if they're not crazy devils, they can just live. They don't worry about them because they don't cause any problems. It could have been like that, but obviously for the sake of plot, it's not. You know, like sorcerers get rid of all curses.
Yeah, sorcerers not doing that.
Yeah. So yeah, they were like, all right, let's go, and then it cuts back to before that, before Gojo fully was inside the seal, he was like, Ghetto, how long are you gonna let him use your body? And then he was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I forgot about that.
And then Kenjaku was like, he's not here. But then his body literally started choking himself, trying to kill Kenjaku, like, get out of my body. So, you know, that's something that I think will play a part in the future.
That's interesting.
I think Ghetto might not really be fully
might
dead, or he might come back in some form or fashion in some way. I've kind of been it's not really a spoiler. I guess it is, I got some information about a similar kind of situation with someone else where this kind of thing is happening, but said person was able to get his body back.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, it probably will happen next episode, honestly.
If I had to guess, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's giving me some, like, okay. But that dude was weak as hell. Like, so that's, you know, that could also be a thing. Like, Kenjaku's strongest, you know, like, he probably won't let that happen because he's so strong. But the reason behind it is actually a good reason. And I also forgot about the two girls. They were like, you lied to us. You said if we gave you his body. They're fucking idiots. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, they are
like,
stupid.
That was very dumb. Like, oh my God. What the heck?
You really trust him?
And then he was like, you're stupid. Like, I told you, because he has his memories. I'm pretty sure he was like, he told you, like, if you're going to do a deal with a curse, it has to be a pact. But they just, like, trusted his word. And they didn't make a pact. Because if they made a pact, then they would give his body back. But since they didn't make a pact, he didn't have to follow through with anything. So, I don't know. It was very, very interesting. And then the cube seems like it's having a hard time trying to maintain Gojo. Because, like, it started crying, and then all the eyes turned blue. And then Gojo was just sitting there like, well, good luck, everybody. You know, I'm counting on you guys. He doesn't even really care. He's just like, I'm in here. It's whatever.
Yeah, it's nothing to do.
He's like, if I come out and you're all dead, I'll just kill everybody. But if you're not all dead, that'll be not. He didn't say that, but that's kind of how it's feeling. Like, he's like, you know, if worst comes to worst, I'll be stuck in here for however many years. And then when I come out, the world may be different, but I'm so strong that I could probably, you know, change it back to how I need it to be. But yeah.
Okay.
And then Yuji lets everyone know that Gojo was sealed. They meet up with Nanami, and he meets up with Nanami and Megami, and then the other Ino. And then Nanami's like, all right, I'm gonna go in. I think he's trying to go into the subway, right? That's where he's going.
I think so.
He's trying to go straight into the subway, and Ino is like, all right, we got to figure out. Or Yuji punched the veil, and he was like, this veil is a little bit different. It's super strong on the outside, so they're probably somewhere making it not inside of the veil to, like, increase the strength of it, because it's you know, it's the power or the base of it is exposed, so that makes it stronger. And they were like, all right, it'll be in a super obvious place. And then they figured out real fast it was on a skyscraper. And then you got this old ass lady, this old man, and then her grandson just kind of talking. They're like, how long do you think it's going to take for him to find it? And in the middle of them talking, they just grab the old man, throw him off the building. And then Ino stays up top, and he's about to try to fight the old lady and the grandson. And then old dude smacks the floor from, like, they said it was like 60,000 feet or something like that, but his body was like untouched
meters or something.
Yeah, it was like no damage, and they were like, this could be a trap. And then they just let him kind of get up, and he's like, oh, you guys have no manners for old people or something like that. And they start fighting. His technique is inverse, so if you hit him with a super powerful attack, it'll make it super weak. But if you hit him with a super weak attack, it'll make it super strong. But there's like limits. There's upper and lower limits to it. So like, which makes sense because if there's no limits, then he could just die by getting tapped on the arm. Like he would just instantly get killed. But they kind of figured out like there's a limit to the inverse. Like it'll only go so far. And then he also was like, if this dude ran into Gojo, he would just die because even though Gojo's so strong, he can't. His curse technique isn't strong enough to inverse all that. You know, like that's the upper limit. Like it's only so much he can inverse, and there's only so little he can inverse. And then they're like, all right, so we're gonna trick him to think we didn't figure it out, and they figured it out because Megami hit him on the head with like the back of the sword, and he was like, he took damage, like he got a bruise from that. But when Yuji like used his, you know, curse energy and punched him in the stomach, he was just like, okay. And so he figured out that weak attacks is inverse, and then weak attacks are how you get them, but also it's best to do it if you do two at one time, because I'm assuming he can't inverse two things at simultaneously, I'm assuming, or something along like those lines. Yeah. And so he throws the bunny to make sure it's correct. He used like the bunnies, and the bunnies hit him in the shoulder, and it was like a little dent on his shoulder, and he was like, okay. And then they surround him, drop the elephant on him, and then he's like, you guys keep running or whatever, and then they both punch him at the same time, but then the toad just hits him in the stomach, and then he's like, what? You figured it out? And he's like, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna beat you guys. And then him and Yuji have like a clash, and then Yuji fakes like he's about to punch him with like full force, and then he like stops abruptly, and then just like taps him on the forehead, and then makes him dent the side of the rail guard on the sideway on the and then he like basically is done. I don't think they killed him though. I think they're about to question him, right?
No, I don't think he's dead either. I was just kidding, but
yeah, he got trashed. Then we get a backstory on him, and basically the existence of Gojo changed like the whole existence of Jujutsu sorcery and how life was to be and to be known, which makes sense because
creeps.
Yeah, they were just creepy people, and they were just doing because they're too tied up with the curses that they don't even check on, you know, bad sorcerers. But they're like, since he was born, it's like, which is kind of true. I like the analogy that they use because it is like this in sports. Like once somebody breaks a record, then like it's very weird. Like if you look up the fastest mile, like they were talking about the fastest, like nobody could ever get like a sub 5-minute mile or something like that. Right. And then the first guy got it, and then literally every year after that, it was just a new record. Like it was crazy.
Like people realize they can do it, and then
yeah, they can do it. So they're like, all right, let me lock in. So when he was born, he just freaking shook all of the sorcery world and was like, all right. And then the curses were like, we got to get stronger. Yeah, and they were trying to kill him, and he was like, stop staring at me. And then they just froze up, and we're like, all right, yeah, we got to leave this dude alone.
They just quit curse. They just quit sorcery at that point.
Yeah, and they hate him because they feel like he changed the way they live. And she looks old still. She looked old in the past. She looks old now. He looked younger, but now he just has a weird ass mustache and no hair.
It's a monopoly, man. But yeah, that was about it. I really liked the inverse dude's power. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. He was like, nobody's figured it out, and by the time they do, it's too late.
I feel like
because that is just like it is a hard thing to figure out.
He's 61,
but it is trash though. I ain't gonna lie, because once you figure it out, it's like, dude, you're garbage.
Yeah, like, I'm sure he relies on beating people quickly.
Yeah, and then we figured out he was like, oh, this old lady. Okay, and this was really cool because they were talking about how like it's super coincidental. Like that's crazy that this dude also does manifestation. Because they were talking about it, because he was like, he put the mask on, and they were like, he was like, I can manifest 4 different curses or whatever, and like I can use them fully. And then the old lady was like, or the grandson was like, wow, that's very coincidental. Like, or like, what's the chances of him being the person we fight? Because we're about to do the same thing, kind of. Like you're about to allow me to manifest into somebody else as well. And then he was guarding the old lady so she could finish her little like seance or whatever. And then he transformed, and then he was like, "Yeah, this is the strongest one yet." And then once he transformed into Toji, he just literally ripped his mask off and started beating his face in. Yeah, and I was like, "All right, I think this dude might be dead."
I think he might be dead too.
Yeah, like.
But I feel bad because I want to root for their side, but also I like Toji.
Yeah, and Ino's cool. He's like, he was like semi-partial special grade. He literally could have like requested it, but he was like, no, I want it from you, Nanami. Like, I want I want you to be the one to ask or, suggest me for it because he looks up to him. So he's like actually super strong.
Yeah, his power was cool. We didn't really get to see all of it per se.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them. But
he only used
Toji just ripped the thing off. Just kill it. It does kind of suck that he has to wear that mask though.
Yeah. You don't like that? That
I mean,
he has
I
to
like
wear the mask to do it. He has to cover his face. He could get a sweeter mask for sure.
Yeah, he just kind of looks like a burglar.
Yeah. He got something that looks dope, like a demon mask or something.
And then as soon as he came up, he was like, "Is he a famous Jujutsu sorcerer?"
Yeah, he was like, "I can't." He was like, "I can't sense any cursed energy from him." But his stance is like, "Is he a famous sorcerer or something?"
That's crazy.
He was like, "I can just tell from the look," and so yeah.
I want to see if Toji and Megumi are gonna like meet,
cross paths.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm interested in. I don't know if Ino's gonna live or not. I guess we'll see. But...
Yeah, I got spoiled with some upcoming fights too. I didn't think it was going. I just skipped through it because I was like, I didn't think it was gonna be a spoiler. But it spoiled me. It was like Toji. I was like, what? What? I'm like, how's he coming back? Because it was like all the upcoming fights in the anime, and it was just, I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be, because if I don't know these characters, it's not gonna spoil me. It's just like who's gonna be fighting. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be introduced. So I didn't think anything of it. But then when I was flipping through it, it was like Toji, and I was like, what? And I was like, let me stop looking at this because they might, I don't know, some stuff might happen or it might bring up some other stuff.
Yeah, Jujutsu's going crazy. That's all it is.
Was that the last page of the chapter that you showed?
Yeah, that was it. It was just getting beat up, and then I'm pretty sure that's the last thing that happened in the anime.
So yeah, that was the last thing that happened. So yeah, hopefully they can get up there in time to help him. So yeah, I think Toji and Megumi are going to see each other because they're going to go back up to try to help Ino for sure. Like they got their guy.
Hopefully, I want to see that interaction, and I want to see what you're talking about. Too.
Oh, about
like with Toji, like if he's gonna be Toji or if he's just gonna be the guy.
Yeah.